So Shebeshkt was on the L-Tido podcast. This is my rundown. This is my rundown. Just going through the interview and what was said on the interview and what I took out from the interview, what I'd like to add on the interview. So yeah, man, it's your boy Just King ZA. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get straight into it, man. We're not stopping. We're not stopping. Yeah, we're putting out content. Yeah. So Shebeshkt, as you all know, is a South African rapper who raps on I don't know what to call it, Bulo House beats. You know, they call it whatever they call it, but it's still Bulo House. For you guys who don't know what Bulo House is a genre of house music that you find in Limpopo, the Limpopo region of South Africa. Yeah, and the type of artists that you can find who do this type of genre, it's Master KG. Back in the days, it was Pujo Mujo, I believe. Yeah, so Makazi. Um, yeah, man, they call it by many names. They call it whatever they want to call it, but Shebeshit is a rapper that raps on top of those types of beats. Some will say not a rapper, but yeah, of course, according to guys like Nota and all that, we've really realized that these guys are actually rappers and we must give them credit for being rappers. All the Kwaito artists, or everyone. We need to give them credit for being rappers because that's what exactly what they are. That's what they're doing. They're rhyming on top of beats. You know, they're doing their utmost, that they're flowing, they're doing punchlines on beats, you know what I'm saying? So Shebeshit is a very, very unique case because when he does this genre, he's got a very unique voice, you know. His voice is very raspy, you know, like the DMXs, you know, the Tupacs and all that. Not that I'm comparing it, but I'm just saying that that's the type of voice, like very raspy, you know. So a lot of people are very slow to look up to that type of voice in the beginning. It's very hard to blow up. I mean, with that type of voice and all that. But when you do, your voice is very distinct, and people learn to fall in love with you. And that's exactly what has happened with Shebeshit. So let's get straight into it, man. The interview was very wholesome. It was basically Shebeshit giving props. It was two guys giving props to each other, you know. You have a legend, L-Tido, really giving props to a young man who shows a lot of respect and who is like in depth, you know, who is really a fan of music, a fan of artists, a fan of everyone, you know. He's a fan of Casper, he's a fan of L-Tido, he's a fan of hip hop, South African hip hop, you know. The Glitz Gang, he was even mentioning some of guys who are looked over, like Sean Pages, you know what I'm saying? So that's when you know that he's in depth, he understands. He knows Sean Pages, Morel, you know, Deleuze, all these people, you know, he knows hip hop, you know. He was there when um, the songs like Fire were coming out. We on fire, Fire, we on fire. Look at me, you know what I'm saying? So this is a student of the game. He did say that he listens to hip hop, you know, yeah, and he loves the message of hip hop. So remember on the podcast and chill interview what he said. He said that he is a big fan of KO. He even called him knockout, fan. So yeah, he's a big fan of hip hop, and yeah, man, you can tell by the flows, that the way he flows, that this is a man who understands flow, rhythm and poetry. So yeah, it was very wholesome seeing him giving props to El-Tido, saying, "Yo, I grew up listening to you. Yeah, it's amazing to see you giving me props and whatever." So very wholesome. It's always wholesome for that to happen. So yeah, man. He told him about the songs. They even spoke um, um, when the interview hadn't happened yet, when there was still the cameras weren't rolling yet, and he was giving him props. He was giving El-Tido props, you know, for being such a legend and creating such beautiful memories for him. And yeah, El-Tido gave him a gift. Yeah, Nocta, I think it's Nike. yeah, very very prestige Air Force Ones, and it was very very appreciated. So yeah, man. And then from there, you got straight into the interview, and let's get straight into it. What I learned from the interview. Of course, we have the legendary interview that he did with MacG. That is a legendary interview where he talked about jail, where he talked about his L-Tido, as original as he is. You know, L-Tido is one of the most original rappers or content creators that we have. You know, he's very original. He tries to do something like in a different way that someone else did. You know, so it was more of like him talking about more of like his situations and how every time he fights people, it's usually not from his side. It's people actually trying to take advantage of him or disrespect him, and he usually retaliates. And now on camera, people clip the part when he's doing the bad thing. But he actually says that people actually, some people actually hit his car with a brick. Some people even hit him with a brick. You know, some people scratch his car. Some people who, not even scratch, because scratch you can make a mistake. You know, like they actually take a brick and hit his car, his expensive car. You know what I'm saying? Some people swear at his mother. You know, by swearing at a private parts. You know, and usually that's when you see him now hits them with a big one, and they fall down. You know what I'm saying? And he was saying that most of them don't get up. You know, just needs one. You know what I'm saying? So he actually explained about different videos that are out there, like actually what happened. And most of those videos, those people, they swore at his parents. Some people, they just, you know, some people are under the influence. Most of them are under the influence, you know. And but what was the most craziest thing about it is the fact that he said that it happens mostly where he's from, like, you know, which kind of makes you believe that when they say that when you have money and all that, you need to move from where you're from, you know. In Lubuahom, he says most of this stuff happened there, you know, exactly where he's from. You know, so yeah, he talked about that, and he talked about the fact that if he feels that you are putting his life under threat, he won't hesitate to defend himself. You know what I'm saying? For me, which I believe is, it's a very dope thing, you know, to defend yourself out there, you know, especially when you're a pretty boy. Let's be honest, guys. Shebeshkt is a handsome, pretty boy. You know, he's very pretty, and when you're pretty, when you're handsome, hey, people can act very demonic, man, towards you. I don't know what it is. People can act demonic. People can manifest demons in front of you, and they can treat you as if you are not a human being. You're not a human being, you know. And sometimes, if you're not aware as a handsome person, you just ask yourself, why do people? You think like maybe you're bewitched or something, But you know, it's the way that people behave. You know, when they see something that is what can I say? When people see something that is I don't know, handsome or good looking or beautiful, I'm sure it's the same thing that beautiful ladies go through. You know, people treating them in a way that they don't like. You know, and Manje Shebeshkt is a guy, you know, and he's out here trying to make money. You know, he's not here trying to please people or make people feel a certain way about him. You know, he's here to work, and now you put his life under threat. For what reason? You know, so he has to deal with you. You know, so I don't believe he has bodyguards and all that. You know, but he does. He does have homies that he rolls with, but he's not waiting around. You know, and I like the fact that he's not waiting around. You know, he's going for what he believes in, and I like the fact that he talked about that he doesn't overthink the thing that he's doing. Right now, his songs are not registered. It's not on whatever. He just blew up and then he ran with it. You know, he just makes money from gigs, live gigs. He just makes money from gigs, and yeah, and then everything else is figuring it out later. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate what he said. But he definitely needs to register his songs and do the right thing. Open up a record company himself. He shouldn't be. He has the right mentality. He was talking about the fact that he doesn't like to sign to record labels, and it's good. He's doing good by that. But he should formalize his thing. He should be the record label. He should register his own what they call it, publishing company, record company, all those companies. Yeah, and then he can at least monitor other monies that he's getting via streaming, via radio play, via all those things, while on the other side he's chowing all these things. And one thing he also said is that he doesn't his social media accounts are not run by him. It's not his. It's a big problem, because when the hype goes down, he needs to have social media accounts so that he can keep himself relevant. So he shouldn't let all these people just run accounts with his name. He should have his own and have 1 million followers on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, even his YouTube. I see he's got a topic channel. He shouldn't have a topic channel. He should have his own channel with his own music videos and grow his subscriber base and own that. It's very, very important for him to do that. Yeah, that's what I took out. I believe that if he can do that, he'll be good, because now hype goes down, and when it goes down, you need to have your following, because now you don't want to be no longer having hype, and then now you want to start your TikTok, and then hey, and people don't care about you, and then now you can't. But anyways, Shebeshkt is Shebeshkt, but people won't be able to recognize which is the real Shebeshkt account. You know what I'm saying? That's where the problem is. And yeah, man, it's a big problem. People end up using you. People are actually using his likeness. Yes, it's good they're promoting him, but he needs to have his own. He needs to be able to manage everything so that tomorrow he can create relevance for himself. He can make himself go hype and viral, and keep himself viral so that his name can keep being hot. Because if you can look at people like our DJ Spoo, people like our DJ Spoo, they keep themselves relevant. They TikTok is there, YouTube is there. He's got even two channels. He's got the Hustlers Corner podcast. He's got his own DJ Spoo channel, which is both are doing well. The other one is at 200k subscribers. The other one is almost at 100k subscribers. That is wealth, guys. That is wealth. That is wealth. Your following is your wealth, because that's something you always have. Look at DJ Spoo. He's been here for years, but he keeps himself relevant. Let me not even go too far to DJ Spoo, because DJ Spoo is just very excellent when it comes to all these things. We can look at DJ Cleo. He disappeared. Some would say maybe he disappeared from the game. You see, one thing that I also learned from Shebeshkt is that he's very, very smart when it comes to understanding people, that you can love them all but trust no one. I guess his street knowledge almost reminds me of Jay-Z and all those guys, because he understands that the street knowledge, he's got that street knowledge that will help him. It helps him to know that you can't just trust anybody. And you need to operate in the same way you operate in the streets, knowing that anyone can just stab you, anyone can just come and just, or the jail mindset or whatever. Someone can you can see someone today, and then tomorrow you hear bad things, and then that could be you. Someone could be talking to you today, and then, tomorrow, so you always need to be ready. You need to be ready for war. And that's the mentality I see him having, just knowing that he doesn't want to sign. He wants to be very careful. He wants to move properly. He wants to protect his life, and I believe that maybe that jail life has helped him to really understand some of these things a lot better, much better. And yeah, I feel like if he can just keep understanding and moving the way that he is moving, he'll be okay. Maybe just slow down on maybe fighting, maybe get a bodyguard. Yeah, and just there are not too many bodyguards, just one very powerful bodyguard who can handle everything, you know. And then yeah, man, and then register his music, and then corporatize his business, become brand friendly, and he's very handsome. He can really work with brands, and you know, yeah, his story is very unique, and yeah, man, I feel like a lot is coming, and I really enjoyed the interview. You guys, go and watch the interview, L-Tido podcast, Shebeshkt. Anyways, your boy Just King Zere will be coming with more content. Yeah, man, please run this one up, man, so that we can move up the numbers and this thing can make sense. Anyways, your boy Just King Zere.